Hello and welcome to this video about this beautiful Voss Modell 50 from 1950 built in Wuppertal here in Germany. And as you can see, the typewriter is a beautiful green color. There are multiple colors on this typewriter. For example, black, the typical typewriter color from the 1950s and earlier. But there are also colors like this beautiful green tone or red, and I even think there's blue, but I'm not sure about that. The typewriter was built in the 1950s, as the name already says, and unfortunately the typewriter has a plastic housing. I don't know why they made it out of plastic, or I don't know the English word for it, but in German it's named Bakelit, and that's the old plastic type. But you have to say that the housing of the typewriter, even though it's made out of plastic, is really well made, so it feels very high quality and I really like it, although it's just plastic. And yes, this video I will give you a quick review about the functions, and in the end there will be a small typing test. So let's start right away. So on the left side of the typewriter you have your color switch. As you can see, there's this small window, this small gap, where your color tone you're typing in appears when you move this lever below it. So if you pull it up, there's the red tone. If you pull it down, it's going to be blue. And right next to it, on the right side, you have your shift key. And yes, as you can see, the typewriter is locked. You can't use it at the moment. There's a safety on the right side. You just have to push it back, and now the typewriter is ready for use. And as you can see, everything moves again. Right above the shift key, as you can see, the typewriter is a carriage shift. You have your caps lock. It's also very typical. And right above the caps lock you have your margin release. So if you are at the end of your line, like I am now, you just can press this button and now you can go on typing. So again, very typical. On the right side of the typewriter you have your backspace, and below it you have a second shift key. And yes, you have to say that everything on the keyboard feels very nice and it's easy to use, so you don't have to use a lot of force to press shift or backspace or even the keys itself. So as you can see, my typewriter has a Querz layout with the German extra letters, and yes, below the spacebar you can see this writing. It says Schreibmaschine Voss Wuppertal. Wuppertal is, as I already mentioned, the place where those Voss typewriters were built. Let's go over to the cover. The cover is very easy to remove, just pull it up and that's it. Inside the typewriter you can see your color ribbon spools and the ribbon, and also the type bars. As you can see, everything is cleaned. I spent a lot of time cleaning this typewriter. It was really dirty in the beginning, but now it's working again and it looks nice. So let's go over to the carriage, because there are no functions on the bottom of the typewriter anymore. There are more functions on the carriage. For example, here you have your paper holder. On the back you can move it to the left or right, so it doesn't really matter. On the left and right side of the typewriter you have your carriage release. It works like on every other typewriter. And here you have your paper release. You have to be careful because it's very hard to lock it, and it mostly doesn't really lock. You also have your right platen knob on the right side, of course, and your left platen knob on the left side. And on the back of the typewriter you have your paper feed support, and on top of the platen you have your paper bale with two small rubber rollers that are on top of the typewriter. On the left side of the typewriter you have your line space selector. There are 3 modes, so 1, 2 and 3. And yes, that's it with all functions. Your serial number is on the left side below the keyboard, right here. And yes, let's go over to the typing test. yes, that's it with today's video about this Voss Model 50. I hope you could make yourself a picture about this typewriter, and yes, thank you for watching. See you the next time.